sent the term sheet over. We got the stuff in it, but we sent the term sheet over. We gonna send the term sheet over. We gonna see if they accept this shit. Point blank period. And they gotta let us know by what the date I got on this motherfucker? October. I mean, we need to know something real soon because I gotta defend my title within a certain time. But by time this interview, by time I finish my live, this motherfucker already been sent to the attorney.
Gary Russell Jr. v. Haney, what happened? We sent the contract, we didn't get it back. Hopefully we might make that one next.
That was great, AKHi, man. Thank you for having me, man. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum assalam. So I know you have good news for us today. Have Team Gary Russell send you the term sheet. Give us some good news, Bill.
I wish I had some good news for you, bro. I wish I had some good news to tell you. You know what I mean? But I have yet to hear from Team Russell or any of their representatives, you know. But one thing we have heard from Gamboa, and it looks like that's being finalized. The Gamboa fight is being finalized.
Right. Gary Russell placed a deadline, and he wanted a response from you guys with urgency. Meanwhile, he haven't sent you guys anything, and he not showing any urgency to send you guys anything. It's been 4 days, and he haven't sent nothing to this day. I mean, that's a terrible look on his behalf. I mean, how long does it take to send an email, Bill?
You're absolutely right in the sense of we haven't heard anything. No, not at all.
Right.
Not at all. You guys heard just as much as we've heard.
So is he just not interested at this point? What's your take on that?
Well, I'm not 100% sure of what Gary is doing at this moment. You know what I mean, or what his interests are. Initially, I thought that, you know what I mean, that he was doing his best, and Team Russell with Batman and everybody was doing their best, and we weren't going to quit on making this thing happen. And I'm not going to quit on it. I'm just very frustrated and not hearing from him, you know?
Yeah, so you haven't heard from him ever since he posted on Instagram, and he said he already sent you the term sheet.
Right.
Yeah.
Only one term sheet has been sent over, and that was a term sheet sent from us, and not any. We haven't heard a response. And I mean, it's contrary to what he said on the live, you know, that the deadline, and we always meet the deadline and spend enough time, you know, just for this kind of thing. So he said, I think we had until Friday, and we got back at him the very next day.
Right.
Yeah, it's disappointing. It's disappointing, a talented fighter like him, and with Devin, you know, the fans, it'll be a great opportunity to see the longest reigning champion in the WBC to fight against world champion in boxing right now. So, you know.
Yeah, right.
To me, out of respect for both families and business, you know, just sending a reply back, you know, is all that I expected, you know.
Right.
There's a reply, and then we go from there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now, as far as the Gamboa fight, how's Devin Haney looking in training? What kind of statements you guys looking to make? I heard Devin, he trying to top Tank performance, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely. Well, Gamboa is a former world champion that has been in the ring with some hell of a guys, man. I mean, you know, he's been in there with Crawford. Of course, he was just in there with Tank. Yeah, he was in there with Tank under a year ago. So he's definitely qualified as being a, you know, not an easy out for any. At one point, he hurt Crawford in the fight. He definitely did something no one else did with Tank Davis, who has dynamite in both hands. He took him 12, and you know, and he also had an injury, Achilles injury, which would you know, sit down you know, most fighters, and he kept persevering to, you know, give, you know, and I wouldn't say that Tank was any danger outside of Gamboa being the kind of puncher that has, like I said, hurt the Crawfords of the world. Gervonta is a very skilled fighter that, you know, Devin has been calling out. So we don't undermine who Gervonta is, but we also don't take Gamboa lightly either. we're not overlooking him or looking past him by any means.
Similar opponent that Devin Haney fought his last fight beat Rolly Marinez. You know, Devin Haney fought a similar style opponent last fight, and he pretty much won that fight with ease. So, would you say Gamboa is his toughest fight yet?
Oh yeah, definitely on paper, and we're gonna definitely treat it like that, because if we do anything and respect him any less, then we'll be underestimating him. And in this business, everyone, especially at this level, stands a puncher's chance. So with that, we're taking that into consideration, and also that it's a reason why Gamboa doesn't fear the elite fighters, and he steps up in there with them, and it's a reason why he's constantly getting shots at the world title. And just to say the least is that he's standing up and accepting the challenge. And for Devin and us, that's something, because as you know, a lot of fighters aren't taking the liberty to get in the ring with him at this moment.
Yeah, he's the only fighter at lightweight that pretty much stepped up. I mean, every single fighter turned down the fight, from Fortuna to Linares. They all have good things or bad things to say about Devin. Linares said Devin is the second best. Fortuna, he was talking bull crap to Devin Haney, caught his bluff. And like I said, just every single fighter have Devin Haney last on the wish list. So we got to give props to Gamboa for always stepping up against Terrence Crawford, he wanted to fight Mikey, he wanted to fight everybody. I mean, even Adrian Broner when he was undefeated. He fought Tank. So much respect to Gamboa. What would you say is the most dangerous thing about Gamboa at this point for Devin? Is it his experience? Is it his explosiveness? Or just the whole package, his Cuban amateur background, et cetera, et cetera? Let me add this to the table. When Gary Russell does respond, we could count on Bill Haney to give us a call on split decision.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, you already know. Mr. Russell, we're fighting, and we're not looking past Gamboa. But what the people
window shopping.
Hey, listen, but what the people definitely deserve, whether it's the Lomachenko Teofimo Lopez winner, whether it's the Ryan Garcia Luke Campbell winner, whether it's the Gervonta Davis Leo Santa Cruz, or it's the Devin Gamboa. Right? When the winner is announced, as this thing starts trickling down, the public is in for some good fights, and when the winner is declared out of them, it will be Devin Haney. When the smoke clears, it will be Devin Haney.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said, we're looking forward to Devin Haney future fights from Gamboa. To all the names at lightweight, keep doing what you're doing, Bill. You're doing a lot of great things for your son, promoting him the right way, also pushing him the right way to greatness and training him the right way. I love what you're doing with your son, keeping him focused on the tunnel vision. So with that being stated, any closing thoughts do you have?
No, just thank you, brother, for having me always. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm a big fan of yours as well. You're a young brother that's, on top of your game. Stay on top of it. Don't let the haters deter you. And how many and are you, brother? Because I just saw a video. Damn. You had another knockout the other day, didn't you?
It's like 1,000-0, Bill. I can't even keep up with my record.
All right, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Me and you undefeated. That's what I know. Me and you undefeated.
Absolutely, brother. But salute to you, man, and stay strong, and blessings on top of blessings until we see each other again, brother. Peace.
Peace. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, peace out. That's Bill. You get it from the horse's mouth. I go straight to the source. So you heard Bill. Gary ain't responding to this day. Let's not make excuses. Let's please try to make things happen. Let's not, let's not treat Gary Russell how Canelo decafs treat Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it real. Let's keep it boxing. Let's push for the best versus the best. You guys complained about the Gamboa fight. We're trying to push the Gary Russell fight next. At least the news of the day, the exclusive news that we confirmed, Gary Russell haven't sent the term sheet yet. There is no excuses because, like I said, I know he had family issues. May Allah be with his dad and his family. However, that's what you got an attorney for, is for situations like this. And he already had the term sheet printed out. It ain't like he got to go write a whole new term sheet. All he got to do is send it. That same time it took him to go live and tell the fans, he could have sent the term sheet to Team Bill Haney. And keep in mind that as a businessman, as a fighter, you're supposed to actually send the term sheet before going live and informing the fan about the new term sheet you made. What sense does it make? You're supposed to take care of business first, then go on Instagram second. But 4 days ago, Gary Russell went on Instagram, told the fans and told everybody that would listen, he got a term sheet. And in less than 5 minutes, Team Haney, Devin Haney himself, responded to Gary Russell, called him out, claiming he's bluffing. He haven't sent nothing yet. Devin Haney even went on Twitter calling him a cap, Mr. Cap Strike again. And when I quote Devin Haney, I'm quoting what Devin said. This is between the two fighters. Don't put me in it. Don't hate the messenger, hate the message. I'm just reporting the news. So when I title my video, quote Mr. Cap, that's what Devin Haney said, right? So I'm just pointing out that Devin Haney always been responding, always been pushing the case, been pressing every single Gary Russell button, and Gary Russell been missing to this day. So, like I said before, you got Bill pulling up every time, you know, I'm going live, I'm asking him, what's the progress? Give us some good news. And he's telling me every single time, I keep hitting up Gary Russell and his team, and they haven't sent us anything yet. Matter of fact, Bill Haney informed me the other day, you know, he was on the phone with his own attorney trying to contact Gary Russell attorney, and they still missing to this day. So it's not a good look on his behalf. It's a terrible look. Like I said, you know, for Gary Russell to press on the gas, press on the issue that they want to fight, this and that and the third, and there's no results. He not showing commitment on his end. There's no progress on his end. He not making step forwards to make this fight. I mean, Gary Russell got some really hardcore fans that love him, that's willing to ride, and that's willing to be on the ship even when the ship sinks. They willing to pretty much suicide for the cause of Gary Russell. And Gary Russell still missing to this day. So with that being stated, man, like I said, Batman, where you at? You're the man of the hour. We need to hear.
Hold it, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I still got the world. I still got the world. I still got the world.
I bear witness there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
Call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, cause anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.